most teams cannot have a good team without a good sixth man. So in this video, we're going to be ranking every sixth man from each NBA team. But here are the rules for this video. So for example, Alonzo Trier should be the sixth man for the Knicks, but instead it's Frank Ntilikina. So I'm going to put Alonzo Trier as a sixth man because he definitely deserves it more. So yeah, let's get started. At the number 30 spot, we have this guy. I mean, he still has potential because he's only 29 and he could enter his prime next season. But I think for now, he's going to be the 30th sixth man. At number 29, we have Alonzo Trier of the New York Knicks. I put him at the 29 spot because of his amazing three-point shooting ability. Also, he's super young and has a lot of potential and has a long way to go, so that's why I put him at the 29 spot. At 28, we have Malik Monk of the Charlotte Hornets. There's not much to say about him. He has flashy plays time to time, but not too much to be recognized as an elite player. Also, another reason why I put him this low is because he shoots a very low percentage from the field and is inconsistent. But in around 5 to 10 years, I think he could be good. At the 27 spot, we have Jeff Teague. If this was like 7 years ago, I would put him as a top 20 point guard, but he's kind of gotten worse since. Especially because in his mid-30s, he's about to retire soon and his athletic door is closing. So that's why I'm putting Jeff Teague at 27. At 26, we have Josh Okogie of the Minnesota Timberwolves. He's pretty decent, averaging 9, 4, 2, 1, and 1. Also, he's like 21. So even if we give him a solid 10 years, he could still enter his prime then. But he's an overall pretty solid player and he gets his job done. At number 25, we have Dario Saric of the Phoenix Suns. It's very great to see a big man that could shoot threes and has very solid numbers. But when I think of great teams, I think of Heat, Lakers, Clippers, Bucks. Not a Phoenix Suns team that gets 20 wins in a season. Sure, Dario Saric is a pretty big part in the Suns' success, but the Suns are not really that successful. At the 24 spot, we have George Hill. The reason why I didn't put Hill higher is because it's kind of like the Jeff Teague reason. He's getting older and older, but he was very close to becoming an all-star at one point. I would put him in a lower place, but he's a big part of the Bucks' success, and the Bucks are a very successful team. So that's why I'm putting George Hill at 24. Okay, this next one might just shock you. At 23, we have Matthias Thybulle. If you just look at his stats, he would easily be the worst sixth man. But because he's on the Sixers and he doesn't do anything great, but he doesn't do anything bad, that's why I'm putting him at the 23 spot. Also, he is super young. At the 22 spot, we have Patty Mills. Patty Mills is by far having the best season of his career, averaging 12, 2, and 2. Sure, that might not seem like a lot, but if you take into consideration he has DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge on his roster, and you could rely on him to get between 10 and 12 points per night. So that's why I'm putting him at 22. At 21, we have Eric Gordon. I think Eric Gordon is super underrated. You probably didn't notice, but Eric Gordon could give you anywhere from 15 to 20 a night. He's absolutely ridiculous. Not to mention 2018 three-point contest. The reason why I didn't put him higher is because he doesn't really impact the Rockets. He just plays on a winning team and just so happens to play pretty good. At number 20, we have Seth Curry. No, the other one. Wait, why did I put him this high? Let's just skip to 19. At number 19, we have Gary Harris of the Denver Nuggets. I think Gary Harris is super underrated. In his best season, he averaged 17, 3, and 3 while shooting 50% from field and 40% from 3. Not to mention his already amazing stats, but he also has flashy plays time to time, and he does those a lot to be recognized as an above-average player. So that's why I'm putting Gary Harris at 19. At 18, we have Eric Pascal of the Golden State Warriors. The odds are not super high, but he can become Rookie of the Year. Towards the first half of the NBA season, Eric Pascal was number 1 among rookies. And to most lists, he either has the second, third, or fourth highest odds of getting Rookie of the Year. but he's still a beast, averaging 14 and 5 while shooting 50% from field. 17 was a mistake. 17 was a mistake. We're going to skip 17 because it was in fact a mistake. At 16, we have JJ Redick of the New Orleans Pelicans. It's really cool to see a player that is having their best years in their mid-30s. For his entire career, you could rely on him to give you between 15 and 20 points a night with shooting 40% from 3. Overall, very solid 6th man. At number 15, we have Kyle Kuzma. He's kind of had a down year this year, but before he was averaging between 16 and 20 points a game, which is just great. Not to mention, he's getting those points with LeBron and AD on his team. Kuzma is an overall very solid player, and I think you could rely on him to be good. At 14, there's Goran Dragic with the Miami Heat. Guys, I know it's Tyler Herro. I just made a quick mistake. Let's just go with it. Goran Dragic was very consistent throughout his career, averaging 16, 5, 3, and 1. Not to mention, in most of the seasons he played, he shot 40+% from 3. So that's why I put Dragic at 14. Let's move on to the 13 spot. At 13, we have Norman Powell. Run, who the heck is Norman Powell? 16 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, and a steal. And 40% on 3. That's who he is. Not to mention, he put all that up with Pascal Siakam, Kyle Lowry, and Kawhi Leonard on his team. Very solid, consistent, nothing bad to say about him. At number 12, we have Gordon Hayward. I know, since his injury, he has not been the best, but he's still averaging 15 to 20 a game. But this season, he played great. He was averaging 17, 6, and 4, shooting 50% from field and 40% from 3. He is a great player, and that's what I have to say about him. At number 11, we have Davis Bertans. This season, he's averaging 15, 4, 2, 1, and 1, while shooting over 42% from 3. I would put him higher, but he's not that much of an influential or an impactful player to the Wizards. Now the top 10. Oh my gosh, 3 a.m. Ouija board. I know this sounds really dumb, but Colin Sexton isn't a 6th man, but it says he's a 6th man. So we're just gonna put Colin Sexton as number 10. Colin Sexton is like the main reason why the Cavs are winning games? Okay, the Cavs are not really winning that much games, but they're winning some. I mean, he's playing pretty great, averaging 21, 3, 3, and 1, shooting nearly 50% from field and almost 40% from 3, which is why I'm putting Colin Sexton at this number 10 spot. At number 9, we have Joe Ingles. He never has flashy plays or anything, but he does have moments where he plays really well. Sure, if you look at his stats, you might think he's pretty bad, but if you take into consideration he shoots 40% from 3, and he gets all of those buckets with Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, and Mike Conley on his team. At number 8, we have Dennis Schroeder. His stats, despite the fact that he's the 3rd point guard in the Thunder, are amazing. He's averaging 19, 4, 4, and 1, shooting about 47% from field and 38% from 3, which are just all around amazing numbers. And despite the fact he has entered his prime this season, so he's going to have a long, amazing career in front of him. At number 7, we have Terrence Ross of the Orlando Magic. He has a pretty good points per game, averaging 15, but his overall stats are not that good. But the reason why I put him this high is because he's a very impactful player and helps the team out a lot. Not to mention, he's one of the most consistent players in the NBA. So that's why I'm putting Terrence Ross at number 7. At number 6, we have Jusuf Nurkic of the Portland Trailblazers. Okay, let's be honest, the Trailblazers only have 4 good players in Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Hassan Whiteside, and Jusuf Nurkic. Jusuf Nurkic has been being talked a lot about getting 6th Man of the Year. Not to mention his stats are also insane, averaging 16, 10, 3, 1, and 1. To make it even more crazy, he gets those stats with Hassan Whiteside, Damian Lillard, and CJ McCollum on his team. So that's why I'm putting Jusuf Nurkic at number 6. At number 5, we have Domantas Sabonis. He is absolutely insane, averaging 18, 12, and 5, 1, and 1. And keep in mind, last season, he shot 54% from 3. Despite his amazing stats, he also gets those numbers with Victor Oladipo, Miles Turner, and Malcolm Brogdon on his team. I would rank Domantas Sabonis higher, but these next few players have a big chance of getting 6th Man of the Year. Domantas Sabonis is an all-star. He's super underpaid, underrated. I would definitely keep him at this 5 spot. That's why I put him at number 5. At number 4, we have Spencer Dinwiddie of the Brooklyn Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie is just insane, averaging 21, 3, 7, and 1. He entered this prime this season, and I think within the next 2 seasons, he'll make the All-Star team. Spencer Dinwiddie has proved time and time again that he's an elite point guard, and has a pretty solid chance of getting 6th Man of the Year. So that's why I'm putting Dinwiddie at the number 4 spot. At number 3, we have Lou Williams of the LA Clippers. To what he has done before, I think most people will put him at number 1, but these next 2 are probably going to get 6th Man of the Year over Lou Williams. Even though Lou Williams is in his mid-30s, he's still putting up 19 and 7 aside of Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. Oh yeah, also Montrezl Harrell. Lou Williams is a key piece to the Clippers' success, and that's why I'm putting him at the number 3 spot. At number 2, we have Derrick Rose of the Detroit Pistons. It's so stupid how Rose is a 6th man because he's easily the best player on the Pistons. Also, he's putting up 18, 3, 6, and 1 off the bench. Rose is such an impactful player. Without Rose, the Pistons are somewhere around the worst team in the NBA. So that's why I'm putting Derrick Rose at number 2. And at number 1, the best 6th man in the NBA is... Okay, but believe it or not, Buddy Hield is the 6th man on the Kings. He literally got snubbed from the All-Star team twice, but he isn't even in the Sacramento Kings starting lineup. But yeah, Buddy Hield's the best 6th man in the NBA. I mean, he's averaging 21, 5, 3, and 1. In the 2021 season, there's a high chance the Kings will make the playoffs, because of the trio being led by De'Aaron Fox with Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hield. So that's why Buddy Hield is number 1 6th man in the NBA. Okay guys, that's the video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Yeah. Peace.